we celebrate today, the synaxis of the righteous Simeon, the God receiver, who held Christ in his arms and prophesied his future when Mary and Joseph brought him to the temple on the 14th day to be presented and named. And also Anna, the daughter of Phanuel, the prophetess, who was 84 years old and had lived for many years in the courtyard of the temple. I was shocked today because I think this is the first time that this day has fallen on a Saturday, when I talk about the saints, because I learned some things about Simeon. Simeon was actually a rabbi who was part of the 70 rabbis that translated the Old Testament from Hebrew into Greek. It's called the Septuagint. It was done by 70 rabbis in 70 days. And the reason why it was done is because at that time, 50 years before Christ, the overwhelming majority of Jews lived in the Greek part of the Roman Empire, and they spoke Greek and not Hebrew. And so in order to make the law available to them, the rabbis translated the Old Testament. And when Simeon was responsible for translating at least part of Isaiah, and when he got to the passage that said a virgin will conceive and bear a son, he was outraged. He thought it was a copyist error, because the scripture then was hand copied. He got a knife out and ready to cut it out and to paste a substitute in to say a young woman. And an angel stopped his hand and told him that the passage was correct, that Isaiah was right, that a virgin would bear a son, who would be the Messiah. He translated it correctly. And so the Greek version of the Old Testament has it. Today, the Orthodox versions of the Old Testament have a virgin. The Catholic version of the Old Testament have a virgin. But there are some modern Protestant versions that have changed it to a young woman because they are liberal and scandalized by the idea of a virgin bearing a child. At any rate, later on, Simeon was visited again by the angel in a dream who promised him that he would not die until he had seen the Messiah. So from the Greek diaspora, he came back to the Holy City, which is the center of Judaism and really the center of Christianity. And he began to pray every day in the temple, waiting for this prophecy that the angel had given him to be fulfilled. Mary and Joseph appeared in the courtyard of the temple. There was a glow around the head of the baby, and Mary, which we know to be the uncreated light of God, the same kind of glow that was seen by Peter and James and John on Mount Tabor in the Transfiguration. The glow that's represented by halos. And that's how he was the child. The prophecy had been fulfilled. And this young woman was a virgin who would bear the Messiah. He died shortly thereafter. Anna also recognized the mother and the child and prophesied that this was the Messiah. She had been living for years and died literally around 100, but she had been widowed for 84 years. And so she lived in the courtyard of the temple in a life of prayer and devotion to God. And so these two people were given the gift of seeing the Christ before their death. And so this Sunday we celebrate both of them and their personal righteousness and disciplined life that allowed them to see the things of God. In the name of the Father and Son and Holy Spirit, now and ever, and ages of ages. Amen. Glory to thee, O Christ, our God and our hope. Glory to thee. Glory to the Father and to the Son